So, Destiny 2 Renegades. Was it good? Did I like it? Did I not like it? Did I hate it? Did I love it? What is your honest thoughts? That's the topic of today. So, for starters, I have not really been playing too much Destiny 2 this past year, primarily because it's been a really rough time for Destiny, and specifically after Final Shape with the episode system, I really did not enjoy that format. And it's crazy to say that when I didn't like the seasonal format, but I actually missed the seasonal format, even if every week was like, do small thing, talk to toilet hologram, and, you know, wait till next week kind of thing. The episode system was just no. So when it came to the announcement of splitting 2 expansions through the year, I was not expecting it to be anything crazy because they made the episodes sound like they were better than seasons when they were just seasons, just very stretched like silly putty. Like, that was basically it. But I've shared my honest thoughts of Edge of Fate, and I did like the lore story of Edge of Fate. I don't like the gameplay of it, and of course I didn't like the portal. When it comes to Destiny 2 Renegades, a lot of the issues that I had with Destiny 2 is still there, sort of, but it's gradually getting better. But it didn't really push the I'm upsetty spaghetti with Destiny 2 right now to I am not upsetty spaghetti and I'm loving the experience too much. But there are things that I do enjoy about this expansion a lot more than how Edge of Fate was. For starters, I am not really a huge Star Wars fan. Like, I don't mind the movies. I don't mind the shows. I've watched the animated series a bit, and I've watched all the movies, but I'm not, like, crazy about Star Wars. So them doing a Star Wars collab wasn't, like, in my opinion, like, oh my goodness, this is going to be crazy. But I did think to myself, if there was any collab to work perfectly, it would be Star Wars. Because, I mean, like it or not, fellas, Destiny from the start was inspired for sure by Star Wars. Look at the Sparrow. They even said where the Sparrow was inspired by. So I was fine with this. And honestly, no matter how much hate that I feel like I'm seeing that's forced in, like, the comments about the Star Wars stuff, I feel like they did a pretty good job here. There are parts that I feel like were just very, you know, cliche with the Star Wars thing. And there were certain parts that I was really disappointed on, which I'll get into. But I did like the weapons. I think the blasters and stuff is one of my favorite new type of weapons in a long time. Like, you know, I didn't really go crazy about the glaive, in my opinion. But I do like these blasters. I like the whole heating system and stuff. Like, it's interesting. I like the concept, and the sounds of course are amazing, which makes me worried about the future, like, because I don't know about copyright, so I don't know if they're going to be doing more of those blasters. I mean, if they do, it's probably not going to have the Star Wars sounds, I'm going to guess. I don't know, but I hope to see more. And that was nice. But when it comes to the campaign, so we'll start from there. The campaign was a lot better paced than Edge of Fate, because I feel like Edge of Fate stretched it way too much. And Edge of Fate was, like, just all around, like, a mess with, again, like, the gameplay with the puzzle thing, the ball mode. Renegades focuses more on combat, and I love that. And their, like, quote-unquote gimmick of this expansion is those stratagems, basically just throwing down a thing, and then here's thing, whatever it could be, like a strafing run, or the behemoth, which is the ATST, or is it AT-AT? Whatever, it's the chicken walker from Star Wars, and I like that because it doesn't slow down the pace of the gameplay. It doesn't ruin the flow of the game. When Edge of Fate, it did. And Destiny should, Bungie should know the Destiny community doesn't like to wait. We're impatient. So don't do game mechanics that has a lot of you having patience with the game, because it's not going to go so well. This time, no, it's a lot of action. They have this like shield type enemy that's just shoot constantly and then break their shield, which is just okay. Another weird gimmick. But again, the story was really good. I'm not going to go into too much on the spoilers in this. This is just like my thoughts of the campaign. I feel like they did a pretty good job. I liked a lot of the lore bits, especially going forward with the 9 story. And I will say the one thing without spoiling anything, I was really disappointed on where the heck they were going with the Cabal, dude. Because I told you I really want another Red War-esque campaign, and this one kind of was given that vibe, but in the end, it fell flat. That final boss was just a wet noodle in the wind. It was just nothing. It's just boring. And which is crazy when Edge of Fate had practically a dungeon for its final like mission, and this one was like a reskinned area with a reskinned boss mechanics stuff from literally the Red War campaign. Like it's not even Gaul. It was like, yeah, it was like the one in between mission or whatever before the end. It was just boring. But the cutscenes are really good. There was a lot more tension on like the like what was happening, and this could happen. What's gonna happen to Drifter possibly, or whatever. And going into more about like the with Bale and stuff, and like going into that, like that all was pretty well done. I don't have any issues with the campaign, other than I just didn't like that final mission. And I feel like they as usual in these campaigns, they were using the Frontiers activity a lot for their campaign for like in between spots, which I was like, I don't really like that. I kind of miss there being strikes as well, as maybe if they're gonna do that, like where they use something that's already in the game that you play afterwards as part of the story. Do strikes. Make the missions into strikes, because that's the only that I love how like I don't know if I'm the only one that defends this from Curse of Osiris and Warmind. I think the idea of reusing like certain story missions to like build them from the like start as like a strike to be farmed afterwards would be a better idea than making these story missions into something that you kind of ignore after you're done with it. Like, it is really disappointing that way. But other than that, pretty good, pretty solid. I think that it was really good, a lot better than Edge of Fate. So there's that. The Lawless Frontier activity is by far my favorite mode, quote unquote, like gimmick mode, except this one is like really good to the point where it's gonna really disappoint me if they don't take this further, like maybe learn from this to make Gambit better and stuff, because it basically is kind of like that. And the invasions are not like tedious or makes you like want to just quit the game when you're playing Gambit. It's really well done. The modes, like I said, the Lawless Frontier mode is really fun to do PvE wise and PvP. There are like metas that will get people annoyed, but at the same time, it's really not that bad compared to like what Gambit was like with their meta of invasions and stuff. But I really do like Lawless Frontiers. It's really, really fun. And I like the whole faction thing. Something that Destiny has been missing for a very long time, with the whole factions, with reputations, and having the factions tied to like the different, you know, here's the Fallen faction, Vex with pants, and here's the Cabal, and like you get like unique upgrades from them that actually help you in the mode, like the upgrades to your stratagems, and you got also cosmetics to go for, and loot as well. Like it's really cool. So I do like that. I give it a thumbs up, and I hope that they continue to do stuff with that, but I don't know. They like to always just go, we're done. Okay, move on to the next thing, Battleground, we'll do next time. I hope not. It's really, really good. The dungeon, I personally enjoyed it, but after investing more time into like the whole thing, they really could have done way more with it. I won't lie. The weapons are really good, the loot and stuff. I haven't gotten the exotic yet, but the loot, the aesthetic is nice. It's just, I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I mean, the bosses are cool, but I don't know. It's missing something. I don't think it's the absolute worst, but I do feel like they could have done a little bit more with it. But I do enjoy it. It's just not the best thing ever, if that makes any sense. When it comes to the other things, specifically the portal and the new UI with the challenges and such, I don't mind it. Portal still is a mess, in my opinion. I mean, it's somewhat okay, but it's really annoying that if I want to do something, there's no matchmaking for it, like in the list. I feel like if it's on the front page and it's like a fire team thing or whatever, it should have matchmaking. And where Bungie needs to start learning a lot better when it comes to pinnacle certain activities that have matchmaking is like Contest of Elders and stuff. Like, there's just not enough revives, especially with them having all these crazy modifiers that makes it really unfun. So, I mean, Contest of Elders was built from the ground up to have it get gradually more difficult through the activity itself, but then they were like, nope, add in Chill Touch, all this garbage, revive tokens galore that are not enough, I mean. And yeah, like they added these like quote unquote champions for each room, but it's not enough. Like, it's really, really not. I feel like every room should also be giving you another like 3 tokens for your fire team or something, because doing those modes, I wouldn't mind doing. It's just when you have that one blueberry or both blueberries just constantly dying to random things, then you have your moment where you fall down, and then that moment you're going to orbit. It's just, it's still horribly optimized. Like, you could tell they just don't really quality test the portal before they do things. They just kind of let us do it. And it's funny because they quote unquote fixed Contest of Elders with the revive token thing, but it's still horrible. It's way too difficult for what it is. The dungeons and stuff that are in the portal are a lot easier to do than this garbage. So I hope they fix it, because I do like those like end game 3-player activities like Onslaught. I just don't want it to be unfair to play. So yeah, and again, there should be matchmaking for everything that's on like the front page. I will say otherwise, you know, the dungeons and exotic missions, maybe that could be like up for debate, especially like the dungeon ones. But the Onslaught, the Contest of Elders, the Coil, like those should always have matchmaking in there. So yeah, the portal's still kind of a mess with that. The grind is insanely easy now that they've made all those changes, and loot reigns like crazy, but I still have that issue where it's like when you have too much loot, the value of it goes down, and that's kind of what's happening here. But they're kind of doing like a tier 6 thing with the masterworked versions of the weapons where you get that unique origin trait. So if they continue to do that, that'd be awesome. Maybe they should start doing shinies. No, I'm not talking about when you get a tier 5 and it's like, whoa, it's got that unique shader that you can only get during this season or whatever. I'm talking about like what they do with the events, where it's like a cool design that you rarely get. Like stuff like that will enhance the grinds and make people want to go for specific things more often. They do need to do like some kind of tier 6 thing though, which if their goal is the origin trait stuff, okay, close, I guess, but maybe they could do something more. I don't know. But yeah, it's gotten a little bit better, but still same. I've not really been messing with much PvP at all. I just know it's going to be a mess, but I may give it a try down the road, but I don't really have any thoughts on that personally. Other than, like, I played the snowball thing in Dawning. It's nice that they're doing more like that for these events than just nothing new. But, yeah, other than that, I feel like Renegades is just, it's slightly better than Edge of Fate. It's not enough to where I'm like, we're back. And I'm very curious on what they'll talk about for the future when it comes to a roadmap of the next expansions or just the future in general, because yeah, I plan on doing a video just talking about my overall thoughts of Destiny 2 during 2025. But I think Renegades, if you like Destiny already, this is just more Destiny. But it's better than what it was the last expansion. If you're somebody that hasn't been playing Destiny and you just want innovations to the game, this is not it for you. Like, it's the same issues. It's where at this point we do need like a Destiny 3. It's just not enough. But I'm enjoying it. The build crafting has gotten a whole lot more fun, and I've been enjoying with that aspect of the game too. Weapons are feeling pretty good, and just right now the vibe is okay. It's a lot better than what it was before, but we're still in a for the future of Destiny. But so yeah, but regardless, I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you like this expansion? Did you not like it? And why? Explain. But anyways, I hope you all have a chibi-tastic day, night, evening, wherever you are. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next video. Chibi out.